What is going on, guys, and welcome to Double Tap Live. This is Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. That's right, I said podcast. You want to know why? Because you might be taking this on the road right now and listening to us.
Don't drive too fast, though.
Oh, yeah, don't drive too fast, for real. Get that, you don't want that OnStar coming up to you. That is a 10-0 matchup.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Welcome, guys. Welcome once again. If you guys are tuning in to us live here on Twitch on the Nerd Street Gamers channel at N3RDST Gamers right here, like I said, live on Twitch. Welcome. I am your host, Andres #Tag Moranes, and with me, my partner in crime, as always, by Burst. What is it, Burst? What do you call partners in BB Tag? It's just straight up partners? Just a tag assist?
It's just tag assist.
Okay, my
you can
tag
say,
team.
You can say burst tag because, that's when you both are
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. When I need Burst Tag, this is who comes through. Jeremiah Mezor, what is going on, homie?
Not much, bro. How you been?
I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
You're never
I'm not
tired.
going to
Get
lie.
outta
I'm
here.
tired, man.
Look,
Oh,
we're
man.
here now. We're not going to be tired for you
We're
guys,
not going to be tired for y'all. I'm just tired, man. I'm getting worked over here.
Hey,
I'm getting work today.
It's good work.
It's good work. I caught their little vlogs there, buddy. I saw earlier. You've been putting in some of that YouTube content work.
Trying to get there. Look, we got to expand. That's what it's about.
The reason I bring it up is because he actually, Meza happened to actually do some tweaking behind the scenes and actually get to show what we do out here. You got to show some of the production that goes into this show. So if you're interested in that, if you're a listener, feel free to check him out at Meza FGC on YouTube, right? Did you get it to change it?
I have not
oh,
you didn't.
It.
Guys, I'm like 15 people away. More like 20-something. But help me get there. It would be really awesome. But, yeah, it's still Daimyo Meza at YouTube. So that is the only unfortunate thing. But other than that, yeah, I've been trying to show people our lifestyle, and it's not always about gaming. So,
okay.
But it's still mostly about gaming.
Mostly it's about gaming still?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just about. We wear the hottest clothes, the freshest clothes, drive the hottest cars.
What's
nice, very nice. I keep forgetting you get the blue one.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting you have the blue,
one. You got
the
gray
navy.
one, though.
I got the gray, John. I got the charcoal gray, the gunmetal. But all right, once again, guys, welcome. I know that was kind of a elongated intro, but I was kind of starting to get my second win.
This is a different episode anyway.
This is a different episode. It is very special. Welcome. If you guys are new to the show, you have not listened to us before, first of all, thank you for tuning in. We are a podcast or a show in general. I'm just going to call it a show from now on. Yeah, we are a show dedicated to the fighting game community. So that is everything from esports, check, tech, check, drama, check, and a little bit of salt.
Man, I don't think we do anything at this point. I think we are the hottest show out.
We are the #1 show, thanks to Google. Thanks, Google. And iTunes and all that other stuff. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it unless it was true, right? Just saying. Feeling myself a little bit there.
I mean, still, shout outs to, like, Wake Up Sure You Can.
Wake Up Sure You Can, Ultra Chen TV,
Cross Counter.
I mean, Cross Counter still kind of does their show, but not like as often.
It's like here and there.
There's definitely some other great shows out there, but apparently we keep getting marked up as some of the ones to listen to. So I am very, very grateful for that. So thanks a lot for the support, guys. You can check out this show on Twitter at DoubleTapFGC for any kind of updates on, what we're doing. I mean, hey, we are, spoiler alert, this is the road to EVO 2018 right now. We're about a week away from the Mandalay Bay out in Las Vegas. That's going to be a trip. It's going to be the first time we're going to see BB Tag finally make its debut. Dragon Ball Fighters as well. And remember, BB Tag was remember like early in the year, everyone was like, why is this game?
We got some things to say, though, because
yeah. The Focus Attack will
people.
definitely have a lot of EVO in the pipeline. So I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But we're going to get started right away with Flex. So we have already a patch that's coming out for Fighting EX Layer.
Yes.
And it will. And this is our Fighters Corner. Sorry, meant to put that out there. This is our Fighters Corner here, where we're going to talk about all our different fighting games that are out in our scene right now. Oh, look at that! I didn't think Google would actually have my back on that one. So, all right, cool. So you posted this one up. This is a last minute. I didn't see it because it actually did just get posted up earlier today. So I didn't get a chance to check it out. By the way, if you guys are, I'm gonna double check the sound here.
So you were right though. It's 1.07. I was wrong.
I'm always right. Hold on, give me 1 sec. I'm always right, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm always right. I just want to make sure these guys here are set up just fine. Yeah, sorry about that, boys. All right, cool. All right, we're back. All right, so it is 1.0.7. Now, I thought it was really weird you were saying 1.7. I was like, that's very, very far in.
Some companies don't really always add the 0. They just kind of
the extra decimal.
I mean, just go to 1.7, 1.8. Just keep it going. So.
Okay. All right. So we got a report here in verbatim. It is a report on the way. There is an environment where search is not found with.
It's very broken.
Okay. This is Google Translate.
Yeah,
just to be
everybody's
very
been
clear.
using it, even from what I've seen. I think what they're trying to say is basically when they're doing casual online matches, there is some issues with finding other people.
Okay.
So they're already processing something that they want to issue to fix that.
They just have something on
So,
the way
you
to
know,
fix. This is the quality of life patch. We were
Yeah.
not expecting any kind of balancing, any kind of changes so early on. Evo around the corner. The game has only been out a month.
They just want people to play it.
Yeah, at this
And
point, they
that's-
just want people to play,
it.
which I'm completely fine for that. Like, it's kind of like the way you want to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so the biggest thing is with this, they are at least scheduling a update tomorrow, so July 26th. That's going to be the arcade version that they released.
Already?
Yeah, they're actually
Okay.
Remember, it's free, so
I know it's free, but it's like they
thought
said.
it takes more time.
I thought it was gonna be post Evo, honestly,
I
because of the chance. Like, I mean, I know it's arcade mode, but like, what if? I mean, I know they probably did their due diligence and all that, but to send out a patch before the biggest tournament your game is ever gonna have on a yearly basis, I thought they would just like wait. No one at Evo is gonna worry about an arcade mode.
I think it's the people at home who are trying to play the game and get into the game. I think this gives them a chance to not be in training room, not play against a computer.
Once again, the casual audience this big,
Exactly.
fighting game scene this big.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
Makes sense.
honestly, they kind of like learned from all these other companies. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
we released an arcade mode too late, then they're gonna say, where the hell is arcade mode?
Yeah.
But if we release it just at the right time, which I think they've given their game enough time for people to get into it,
Mm-hmm.
start playing it, and say, okay, there's already been a few tournaments. Now maybe it's time we just release our arcade mode. Kind of give them some story, because
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing is story. How deep is the story?
Yeah, you want content. And plus, these characters are some people, mostly older folks, that like remember the EX games, the series where these games came from. Because if you don't know, Arika used to be a part of Capcom at one point. They had since separated. I think around the PS2 era. It was around that time they just like
Yes.
straight up separated. And yeah, these characters were originally their part. That's why you don't see. It's a Street Fighter game without Street Fighter. If you haven't like kind of noticed that yet.
It's not weird. It does feel like a standalone game, though.
Yeah, it
Which
still
it
has
does
its own.
feel
I mean,
like.
I like the Gogi decks. That's nothing new to the show. If you listen, you know I kind of harp on them a lot because it's just interesting. I like the idea that I can maximize the amount of play styles one character can have. Even though it's okay to flex and have different characters in your arsenal, that's perfectly fine. But I like it when you just get a character and your character can be flexible and can actually play different styles. Like you're maximizing all your opportunities instead of picking a character you like. And it's the worst feeling when you pick the character that just resonates with you and it's shit tier.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say
That
bottom, but there's
happens.
bottom tier, then there's shit tier.
There's
There's
stuff
the
that
other
you just
S.
don't touch anymore. Like you just put it in a locker.
Yeah.
With all
You
your
you
gym
just look at it.
stocks.
It's like we'll always have this day. We'll have this tournament. You know,
I
you just
mean,
look at it, reminisce, and you're just sad
I
at what you
watched-
become, and you're a bitter old player.
So
I'm
something-
going way too hard on this.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you're not wrong, though, because this is the one thing I did watch about this game. I don't particularly think the game resonates with me. I tried it multiple times.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't fit for me.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
That happens. But one thing I do like watching is that everybody's diverse in the game. No matter
Yes.
who you play, I can
Yes.
see two Blair players, and they play virtually different because of the Goki decks.
Exactly.
The Goki decks. Goki or Goki?
Gogi.
Right?
Yeah, Gougi.
I love that because that's the one thing that we're always talking about is missing nowadays is that diversity with picking teams or picking characters.
Yes,
sets
when
everybody
you
different.
kind of just pigeonhole yourself and then you're stuck on this one play style. The cool thing about it is that there's always the meta within the game, right? There's the actual meta of the characters, and there's the meta that the game is around, like who's really showing off, who's the cameo of the game that's just murdering everybody, right? This game, like variation, like MKX did the same thing. It was variations, where certain kits for certain characters worked better, gave them a different playstyle. But the thing about it is that it took away moves that are known for that character to have, but you can only play it in this certain variation. Maybe some people just like those moves, that kind of deal. This kind of takes a different perspective on that, where the kit is complete. It's just you have these other parameters that can emphasize certain parts of the kit without getting rid of other parts of the kit.
And I feel like it doesn't destroy the characters, but also
That's
just
exactly what I just said.
for layman terms, guys. 1.0.8 is actually going to not be coming out tomorrow. It's going to be something later down the road, which is going to address those casual match errors that they've been having with finding people. So just so you guys are clear, tomorrow is not for it to be fixed on July 26th. That is later down the road. July 26th is the arcade version. They kind of really didn't talk too much else about the new.
Yeah, we don't even
characters,
know
so-
how if they're I doubt there's gonna be cutscenes like that. I think they're gonna have like kind of like the Street Fighter 5S where it's just gonna be still images, which is fine. Like
I mean, that's fine. I mean,
it's
they're
fine for a
brand new
team
company.
this size. It's not cool when Capcom does it. I just want to be that very clear. Not to just continuously harp on Capcom, but it's the truth. You know.
I mean, you guys got big money. You guys got a pretty
That's
big
Sony
team.
money.
The only team part of their team that I know isn't big is their network infrastructure.
Yeah, it was one guy, right? It was
that
one
I can
dude.
Understand.
One guy for the
yeah.
entire network infrastructure of Street Fighter 5.
But yeah, on that note, don't forget Flex is also getting something very cool for Evo. They're going to be getting that 5K pot bonus additional.
Yes, correct.
Which is very, very not like I don't expect 5K to go into the pot. That's very random.
That's bringing a lot of
to even
people.
get
We got, money talks, man. Money brings out the players. So we got even Rogue Yoshi over here. He's been practicing Flex pretty hardcore, and he says, and I quote, I don't know if I can get him over here, but
he's over there.
he's over there. Oh, that's right. He's playing Path of Exile right now. What a nut. He says, and I quote, like, I'm not worried about anyone in America. He's like, I'm worried about, like, a couple Japanese players.
And Giuna, because like he's the one who found that ridiculous extinguisher, I'll say, where she can literally sit in the corner. I don't know if they patched it out yet.
Oh, okay.
With,
Yeah, no, I know what
Gogi
tech you're
deck,
talking about.
She
I
can
know what
really
you're talking
keep doing her
We'll see.
backspin thing. I mean, but I watched him play. He came through the session, very strong player.
Yeah.
So I mean, look,
He came in here swinging like, yo, who's trying to play Flex?
5K.
5K?
That's
a little
not
extra money
including-
in your pocket.
Remember, this is a side tournament. So
Yeah.
they don't know how many people. are gonna
That's
get
more than Shin made that one year winning Evo for Street Fighter. I think he walked away with, no, not Evo. It couldn't have been Evo. But someone walked away with like $3,800, which is like,
Was it like final round or something?
maybe.
Something
maybe.
small. It was like a big event that like. What's the worth of the trip?
Let me help you
So
out
it's
there,
like
but
it was
there
kind of
you
like
go.
what's the worth of the trip if
Yeah, exactly.
that's like half his money gone.
That's why a lot of Japanese players, you don't see as many come out for America because the amount of money to travel. That's like
unless
a
their
lot.
sponsor sends them out, Echo Fox.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly. But hey, 5K.
you can't lose. I mean, if you already entered everything else that you wanted to, so put down your $10 for this, and next thing you know, $10 might turn into like.
$10 for.
Isn't it supposed to be 10?
That's kind of low.
What to enter?
Yeah, I think that's a little low. I thought it'd be more. I'm
Why
just
would
saying
it
I
be
thought it would be more. I could be wrong. If it's $10, sure,
I mean,
go,
it's a
go for it.
side event, so
All
we're
right,
lucky
cool.
it's not $5.
Yeah, true that. So that's it for Flex right now. So it's looking pretty good when it comes to Evo. Plenty on deck. We're gonna see some awesome matches. We're gonna definitely see some tech, and you get a little money on top of that. And they might have some I'm assuming they're gonna have
Something dropped. Like,
gameplay for Volcano Russo and Pulma.
who knows? They might even
Pulla.
surprise everybody and just be like, "Oh, we got him here." For
A
you
whole
guys."
bunch, and maybe even a bunch of more characters.
That'd be pretty cool. They did it for Tekken when
Geese.
right before
Geese.
Dark.
Geese or no? Yeah, Geese because Noctis
I
was.
don't know.
I thought it was 2 years ago when they first introduced Tekken. It was 2 years ago when they first introduced Tekken 7 Dark Retribution. I think it was.
I don't.
Whatever
the biggest things I remember.
Whatever the version was in the arcade, they brought it over here. Mark Man had all the setups for it. So
The biggest thing I remember from Evo at that time was Geese being introduced, and then BB Tag. That was last year. I'm thinking of
Really?
Geese. Yeah.
yeah, Geese
Yeah,
was last
Geese
year.
was last year. That's what I'm thinking of.
Because I didn't go that year. So
All right. So besides that, we got some love from our homies over at Soul Calibur. So Bandai Namco over at San Diego Comic-Con. That also passed. Who would have guessed
Man.
there would be some more things to talk
on
about
my
fighting
radar.
game-wise there. Yeah. I
Shazam
kind of
up.
did. I was too busy watching the Shazam trailer a bunch of times. I didn't notice it at first. But we actually
He is
get to
probably one of the
see,
most
the
iconic
actual,
kind of fighters in Soul
some
Calibur.
Voldo gameplay.
He is
that
kind of
they,
interesting.
IGN
He has
did
a lot of
little
different
exhibition for.
stances, kind of gets
And
in
as
the
you can hear,
backwards
there's also gonna
bridge,
be
which
some
is
talk from
kind
the
of
actual
creepy.
developer there,
I kid you
just
not, when I
about,
used to play
like,
this game
Voldo's
back in the
overall
day against my
gameplay
little
and
brother,
just,
I'd always
like,
pick
how
Baldo,
his
and he'd be
styles
freaked
here.
out,
I
and I'd
think it
always
even goes a
win.
little bit into the
So it's
story of it.
definitely a pleasant
But
surprise for a lot of
yeah,
Soul Calibur
it's-
fans.
so Voldo's been
Just
announced.
because he's such an
He looks
interesting
pretty good.
character, not
It was
by fight
expected.
style,
He's
but
kind of a
also
fan
his
favorite.
appearance.
he has a new
And he's
outfit.
like his idol.
He always
or
has
he's
a new
just
outfit.
But it's like
sexy
it's
dance.
But it's all
Yeah.
pointy. So
yeah,
I
and
really
it's
want to
covered
see
up.
Soul Calibur.
Did you notice that?
60
It's, no,
make
it's
the
actually
Voldo
compared to his
dance
other
meme.
styles.
He's
Like
just doing
he
the
has
same
like
this is tame.
Yeah.
Voldo
For real?
ring.
You gonna look at me
Are
and
there
tell me
any
I
this
mean,
is
like
the
tame?
way he's getting
changes to how
tamed,
he-
so
how he
I don't see
plays,
why
or is it
Soul
kinda
Calibur
just
can't
keeping
move
more or
Voldo.
less
So
the same?
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's more or
this
less.
is
Obviously,
actually
he has multiple
pretty like. Don't get me
stances,
wrong,
but,
it's still
there's a
pretty
lot of new mechanics
artistic
in the
out
game,
there.
too, so,
But
the
his
producer of the
style,
game, his
like
name is
the
Okusan
original style that he
Motohiro.
had
He
was
worked
a
on
lot
Tekken
more
7,
like
so
less
he
armored
pulled a lot
stuff
of the
on,
key
more
learnings
like
from that game,
what
put
is
them into this,
happening
so
with this
it's
character.
not only
But now, like,
More
I guess
more
the
leather, more
player, but
spikes
there's
is
a lot of
what he
mechanics
had
in
going
that
I feel
on.
like we
that
But
got used to Voldo
awesome
now.
to watch,
He's kind of
too.
like
he should.
So if you
He is
see
he
how
is
it's
my
going on the
answer
screen,
to
there's a lot of
anytime
super
someone's
moves in the
like,
game now.
why are
A
female
lot of new
characters
battle
dressed the way
mechanics
they
just,
are?
you
I'm
know,
like, Do you not see this guy? I'm not saying anything. You don't hear us say anything about it.
Oh man, why are our male characters dressed with no clothes practically?
Yeah, like come on. I'm not. We're not gonna get political. I'm just saying this guy is just my go-to answer whenever I get that. And the internet loves it. Someone did that online and like instantly posted him, and I was like, yeah, see.
The days of Soul
With the
Calibur
Will
1,
Smith,
Soul
just like
Calibur 2, and really
Well, I mean,
revisiting
it seems like he still
story.
retains a lot of his
if you watch the
weird
original
ass
trailer,
style. which
Yeah,
is
he was always
highlighted
into like
more
he always
than
had like
one
another
time.
stance, like
So
when he
you're gonna
stood
get a
on his
different
back,
perspective on that
depending on what
story.
follow-up button he had there. Very
now you
fast,
also
quick
revealed
hits,
different characters,
multiple hitting
right?
moves
Yeah,
as well, and his
the
super
announced
like
folder
look at that
today,
weird
a couple
headbutt.
weeks ago,
Yeah,
fan favorite characters making her
he seems to have
comeback,
retained a
her
lot.
name is Talon. She
They
is
didn't
the
go
priestess
specifically into the
of the
technicals
winds.
of it. They were just saying
So
overall his
in a
style
lot of character
and
polls
just
that
like
we've
where I
done
think he's
on
laying
social
in the story
media,
right now.
she's by far
But
the most popular.
yeah, he
so
looks
she
pretty
was
normal.
absent from Soul Calibur 5, so a lot
It's
of
gonna
people
be
are
a build
excited
out
that
in
she's back in the
Evo, so we're definitely gonna get our hands on it
What's
to
the
definitely
reception
check
been
out
to
at one
Soul
point.
Calibur 6 so far?
But you know, in the meantime, for those that have been waiting for it, rejoice. Valdo is happening. He is coming out to Soul Calibur 6, which
Yeah,
I'm
I know a lot of
pretty
people
for.
who are playing Tekken. They're like not doing too well. They're like, we're gonna switch over to Soul Calibur 6. That's what I've been waiting for, and I'm like, okay. I mean,
So on top of that, Bandai Namco's blog had an update for it on the 20th by the actual producer Mochihiro Okubo, where he talks about like all the coming off of Tekken 7 and jumping into Soul Calibur 6, and the main thing he really wanted to talk about is just like I kind of like the title. It's just like Soul Calibur 6 in a nutshell. For those that haven't played Soul Calibur before, they can understand that it's a weapon-based game. It's kind of easy to tell that, but the big thing is that he's going to talk about like certain system mechanics in it. So we have Reversal Edge, which is new, Soul Charge, which we've had before, Lethal Hit as well, which is new, and Guard Impact, which is a returning technique as well. And he just goes into the actual mechanics of it, which is a really good read if you are new to the series and just seeing a lot of glowing and why are some people kind of transforming somewhat using their swords, such as Nightmare here with Soul Charge, as well as the Killick and the new character Grow. I think that's his name. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you were right.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
the one thing I will say real quick is, yeah, I definitely agree. Read this, guys.
oh yeah,
For
it's a good read.
those who have known the system, don't get too mad with the new things that have been implemented. Like, I like that they added Reversal Edge. I think it's really cool because now you kind of get this like they were saying, it's like a rock paper scissors.
Yeah,
And it doesn't
yeah.
feel like it's overbearing for other people, for skilled players. But we're gonna see different things utilized, and they haven't revealed yet what the extra things that you get out of it. So
Yeah, I
supposedly
don't
for
think
skillful
that's here.
they said for skillful players, we're gonna see them get, I guess, advantages that I guess you could just say the normal consumer players would not notice as much compared to a competitive player. So that is still pretty cool that they can implement something so casual yet something to also allow that big gap for skill players.
That has some depth in it. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just cool that they're trying to bridge that gap to get your friend who doesn't play fighting games get into fighting games because he's always liked Soul Calibur and just play casually with you, and then or a girlfriend, or, a boyfriend, or whatever it may be, or vice versa for whoever. They now can play with that significant other and enjoy the game more than it just being a competitive game.
Yeah. Or you could just play footsies. Brought
Yeah.
to you by man, can you tell I'm a fan? I'm a fan. I am a fan. But no, definitely, regardless, that is a very, even if you, like I said, if you're new or just a returning player, the blog post is actually a pretty good read regardless, just to get yourself ready for, any tournaments that are coming up when the actual game actually drops. And also, if, say, you're going out to Vegas and enjoying it, you can kind of already understand the mechanics and then, use it and kind of just overall have a better time playing it. So you're not as confused when you're actually swinging swords and things are glowing and armor's breaking, and then you're playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and you're like,
I mean,
all right.
I'll say it this way before we get into the next thing. A lot of people are always scared to get into more fighting games because the skill gap is higher, and they're turned off right as soon as it happens. So they're just like, no way, I'm not doing it. Don't even want any parts of it. So I think Namco's doing the right thing.
oh yeah. So Dragon Ball Fighters is another one that's in a hot seat right now. We've got a couple trailers that made their debut. I think, well, we saw the magazine scans already. We already covered those, but Base Vegeta and Base Goku are confirmed to be the next characters to be released DLC-wise, but we actually now got their inaugural gameplay trailers that just dropped.
Well,
We're going to take a look at them
what the
right
game,
now.
The game has a new name, right? Dragon Ball Goku Z.
Goku Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. First of all, I'm already gonna nitpick. I know for those that are listening to us that you won't understand as much because you're not seeing it, but the pose that Goku's giving right now, already flying in with the Nimbus, with the head chala opening, and he jumps off and he
His
does
son did that.
It was Gohan that did it. Yeah. So it's really funny to see him do it.
I guess it's like you're
all right.
giving homage, okay? So it's
But hey, he's got the King Kai symbol in the back, so this is exactly correct to that arc. So I'm stoked about that. So base Goku's been announced. This is before everyone just got gold hair, so this is just a little bit more raw.
That would look cool.
Already, like the first move I'm seeing at 12 seconds, I already know exactly where it's at. I'm gonna beat
Kevin. Like that?
I'm gonna beat Kevin on that. What?
You saw how they spelled it in the
Is
game,
it?
right?
Is it? Yeah, with an
Sounds
OU.
good.
OU. Yeah,
Damn,
I've
been
seen that
this whole
before.
time.
I've seen that before. So the first move that we're seeing is like an actual like palm move where he's putting his palms on both sides and he's blasting.
Yeah.
Go look at the episode where he touches down on Namek and fights Chase and Birder.
Yes.
He does that exact move where he just crosses his arms and he just does the blow up. Right off the get-go, that's where that move's coming from. Pretty simple, like command grabs looks what it seems right here, like with a follow-up.
I mean, he's had that move before where he's done the 2 feet press down on people, stuff like that. Where he's
does he?
Yeah, he actually has.
The only other command grab I can think of is the 2-finger one when he does this blue, where he comes up and just one punches you.
So the one he did earlier, where he like steps on you, like where he does the 2 feet, you'll see it coming up.
Like
right
17
here.
seconds,
That one?
yeah.
So when you see that one, he's done it to a few characters in the show. I think to quote, he did it when he went to Namek, I believe.
Okay.
But I've seen him do this move before, and I think it's cool that they added it. I could be wrong.
We'll just wait for the Kevin video.
Yeah, dude,
we'll wait for the
Kevin
X video.
Where are you, man? This came out like yesterday or 2 days ago.
I know. What's up, man? He's slacking. He was like,
he woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah.
His arm's broken.
All right. So of course we're seeing Kaioken. Nothing new. This looks like it's just just a regular super. But depending, from what I was told, depending on where he is. In terms of how many members of the team he has. If he is the last one, supposedly it's Kaioken times 20, which maybe we'll see an extended version. If not, this might already be the extended version of the move, ending it in Kamehameha. But yeah, of course, Spirit Bomb happened. It doesn't seem to be anything other than a level 3, which it should be a level 3. Maybe this is a level 7. It's still speculating. It could be a level 3 is the tiny one.
What I'm seeing
and this is the level 7 version.
The thing that bothers me a little bit is what happens after is the fact that it has the Brawly effect where he throws it out.
And it drags down.
Slowly goes down.
Yes.
I don't know if this is going to be a problem in the future because that seems like...
That's really far.
Long.
That is really far. I'm assuming it's going to end in hard knockdown, though. So that's going to be his go-to hard knockdown. I think all level 3's hard knockdown, right? That's the whole point?
Yes, all level 3's are hard knockdowns.
Okay. So, we're also seeing the classic, Kamehameha pose from him. That's obviously one of the not the sprays, one of the license cards or whatever you call it, the icon cards you can use as avatar, and of course all the variations we have down there. I am not sure off the top for some of them. I'm assuming the far right, like not the far right, the far right one kind of looks like a color from the manga book itself. Like sometimes you get a discoloration or a difference in colors from what you see on the TV show. The other ones are kind of like
whatever.
I'm trying to see if they're pulling from anywhere, but they're not really.
The orangish reddish one I think is from like probably later on when they updated the coloring for the show, because I know the orange one was the original. But I think
of course.
The newer one might be from Kai, the coloring. I don't know. So that possibly might be what it is, but who knows? I mean, you guys might be able to know more than us. I think. I'll say what I think about both the characters.
Yeah, of course, and Goku not being the only one. We have Vegeta as well that had his trailer show up that same day. Slap this bad boy. This game can hold so many Gokus. Did you see that response on Twitter from Bandai? That was from Bandai. From Marxist, that was godlike.
They acknowledge it.
That was godlike.
I like that. But I like what they're doing with Vegeta here. Vegeta looks exactly like old school Vegeta. I actually didn't feel like he was any of the newer versions.
Yeah, they missed the boat with starting the game with taking off the scouter and breaking it. They just completely missed that, so it is what it is.
Scene. Like something like a lot of people ask for a lot of like dramatic scenes in the beginning for him and Goku. I don't think they're gonna get it. I think this was kind of like a We give you what we gave you the characters.
There should be a dramatic finish between the two of them. So that intro already, when he blows up, he does that when he first fights Goku in the Saiyan Saga. Looking like, I'm just trying to look right at the actual buttons right off the get-go. He's got interesting hand moves. He's just like hand swipes to cut, kind of like try to be a little deadlier with his
So
that looked like a sliding low.
So
first
what's
of all.
interesting, his other forms have that, but it's like he doesn't face the screen like that.
Okay.
He just kind of does it.
All right,
so I
gotcha.
think it's a little like even his moveset. His moveset looks completely different. He looks like, for some reason, I keep saying it, I feel like his limbs are longer in this version of him. It feels like every move that he does has a bigger swipe to it. It's very unrefined. Because remember, you trained for a long time. Now
And
it's
this is young Vegeta. This is
this is
the
wild
younger
Vegeta.
version. So yeah, he's wilding out. He's more vicious. Gallic Gun being in full effect, looking like a regular level 1 that you can even point down. So I'm assuming he can do. It's almost like the reverse of Goku. Goku can like shoot it up. Well, Super Saiyan Goku. I don't know if this one can too,
Super
but
Saiyan Goku
he can shoot it. He
forward
can
and
shoot it forward and up. I feel like Vegeta can shoot it down, forward.
Yeah.
And just across most likely. He's got
Okay.
Destructo Disc, which
This is
where did he use it?
So this is very important. People probably won't remember, and people kind of probably bitched about it. But guess what? He uses it against Gohan. When Gohan starts turning
When
into
Gohan turned, yeah, that's how he
Yes.
cut off his tail. There we go. I was wondering.
Because I saw it, and I was like, the hell is he throwing to the Oh, wait.
Yeah,
hold
he
on.
saw
Now I
Krillin do it
remember.
once. That's all he needed.
And I like that he doesn't throw the Destructo Disc like everybody else, which seems like up and refined from his hand. It's very unrefined. He just kind of does it because they said history. This is a history lesson real quick, guys. He knew what it was when he moved Nappa out of the way.
Yeah, he did. He did.
also
Good
said-
point. Good point. That's right. That explains that little scene.
They also said Frieza knew about it too, and that's why Frieza was able to throw his too, throw two Destructo Discs. But the way they shot the show, if you missed that, you would have never known that Frieza knew about it. You would have just thought he copied the move. 'Cause that's what we all thought at one point. Somebody
Gotcha.
clarified that for me earlier this week.
So besides Destructo Disc, looks like he has a that could have been EX. I'm not sure, but I didn't see like
I'm calling it EX, man, because I saw that you see the orange.
Yeah, is that that's what we're looking for?
That's-
That's
yeah, that's the
EX.
orange circle.
So it looks like a command grab that you can then toss up, but
That's awesome.
I don't know if you can not Dragon Rush, Super Dash,
I'm
right?
pretty sure you're gonna be able to super dash after
Right
it, or
afterwards?
You're gonna have to. It looks like he just falls afterwards. So
Yeah,
I don't know if it's techable or not.
So in this state, though, we're just seeing that he actually just goes right into another super. I don't know if this is level 1 or level 3.
Okay.
It might be 3 only due
So
to how cinematic it is.
It's technically, from what we're thinking, all of us have devised and got together what it might be. It's possibly is level 3, and we're not too happy about it. But we said it still looks cool, but it's
Yeah, it's that move that killed Nappa, which of course means dramatic finish is definitely happening with Nappa.
I just wonder if
Sorry, Al.
I just wonder if him and Nappa on the same team, if they come out with the Scouters at that point, that would be cool. Maybe he needs Nappa on the team. Why would you
Maybe.
play Nappa on the same team as Vegeta at this point?
Maybe.
You shouldn't. But this looks like you're not going to get the typical, because obviously we haven't seen his assist or anything. But we're not going to get the typical.
Oh, that's right. We
Vegeta
still don't
that-
know assists yet
Yeah.
on either of them.
I'm pretty sure we're not going to get that. The Vegeta that you're expecting. So this might be more of a point Vegeta. You might be able to play Vegeta in different spots now, because people have been waiting for that.
No DP. I don't think I saw there.
I didn't see a DP. No.
No knee to the face
don't
just to
think
get
he
pop
needs it
out,
this
just
time
bust
around.
out.
I think his moves are going to be a lot more wide and stretching out to catch people now.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna catch people. We got patches as well.
Yes.
So minor note: 7 slots. 7 slots between Goku and Vegeta in this game. Just pointing it out there for you guys up. Keeping track. So the next, not patch like notes have been announced, but rather the roster that are getting touched next balance patch for Dragon Ball FighterZ, which will most likely happen after Evo. It's about 20. Let me see. It's 24 characters out of the 20. How many characters in the game? 28.
I think there's 28.
And
No,
these.
technically it should be offset because Android 21 breaks that mold. for
Okay.
28. So I think it's like 29 or something.
All
like
right.
that.
So 26 of them are getting touched. Is it 26 on 6, 12? No, 24. Sorry, 24 of them are getting touched, and we don't know details past the fact that they said buff.
Which is, first off,
Great,
why is Cell in there?
but bam, that's the first.
kid
That is
doing
the
there?
first subject of this matter. Is like, why is Cell
let's just
getting
buff
a
Cell.
buff? I'm either thinking, like, when they're saying buff for him might be something minute,
I could tell you
like
what-
super minute, or it's going to be a universal buff that affects all these characters, but we're seeing a lot of the lower tier characters showing up. So we're seeing Fat Boo.
Might see Fix.
We're seeing Krillins. We're seeing Beerus. We're seeing Nappa. These are
Fat Boo. So
young Gohan,
Frieza,
or Teen Gohan. We got Hit, 18.
Okay, yes, 18 is not as strong as people want it to be, but
so people are kind of like happy, like, all right, cool, like this is a majority of the characters you're not seeing a lot of, minus of course the Cell, the Kid Buu. It's kind of crazy that Kid Buu's even getting buff. He kind of can do everything, and Bardock to boot.
I think we also have to remember there's also fixes.
Yeah, but like a fix is not a buff. A fix is a quality of life patch. You don't call that a buff. It's called it should have been what it should have been this from the beginning. That's what that is.
Well,
so
I'll say this: if you guys wanted something to get fixed, at least with Cell, like buffed, the only thing I can say is he's the only one with a non frame jab, non 7 or 6 frame jab. So maybe he might be getting a 7 frame jab.
Who?
Cell.
Oh no, he doesn't need that.
He doesn't need it, but he
doesn't need it, boys. Come on.
Never know.
That man's legs needs to be chopped off.
This could also
Shout outs to Jay.
This could also be something with Vanish. We never know.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see what it is. But I'm hoping it's just gonna bring some characters to show up more. Of course, I want to see. I just watched the Krillin loop combo the other day from zero loop combo to Solar Flare meaty that you can't get out of to another loop combo to That was gross. From no meter, from 0 to 3. He uses 1 at the end to kill. TOD, no sparking. 2 assists, but like it's whatever. You kind of need assists at this point.
He could practically.
But I was like, what? And even if you jump, even if you block, even if you press a button, Solar Flare puts you on. But it's only in the corner though.
So we found out Solar Flare.
It's only in the corner.
Solar Flare has it's -1 if they're on the ground, or -2, something around there. And then it is it's like 0 if they're in the air.
Okay.
So you definitely can't.
Yeah, you don't want to jump
meaty.
Either.
We don't.
But you eat it anyway. You eat it regardless. Yeah, I didn't look at the actual the frames. I just saw it on my feed, and I watched it like 8 times. I was like,
when I was practicing with Krillin, somebody helped me find that out. So.
Weren't you like in the lab with Krillin for like the longest time?
I made I believe it was 8K. Damage combo with him. I still gotta exercise.
Yo, those loops were godlike though. It's just like
I love it. I think it's really cool. I think he's the one character that's being underplayed that's going to see a big buff.
You think so?
I don't know what it's gonna be.
Maybe if they buff him, he'll get him hair.
Well, he just got buffed. I don't know what else they're gonna buff him with. Maybe more damage, but I don't know.
Okay, interesting. But we don't know that. I don't believe there is a time frame either for this patch. But educational guess, it's not gonna be till after Evo. There's no point in them doing it now. So, yeah, until then, we got to hold that. But it's buff, so everybody should be a little bit excited. Yeah, you should be excited about that. And I was going to say with that, but we actually, Street Fighter 5 had some summer costumes that came out, showed off in San Diego, Comic-Con. Yeah. Everybody gets to show their feet except Jury, and everyone's losing their minds, like who goes to the beach with boots, whatever. Nothing else. We're still waiting for Eunice on PC. I think it's going to be the 20th of August.
Yes.
From what Initial J told me, he's looking forward to that. Once that comes out, we're going to take a look to see how well this port does. And BB Tag.
Maybe we can get the actual frame rate on it, or see if there's
any lag
or anything like that, because that's something big.
We'll do some testing on it if the port's
does a really good job with the whole transition with that.
So BB Tag as well. There's not much else going on. It's just we're on the road to Evo, so it's just the inaugural event for that game to actually just show off to see what everyone has been doing. Who's going to get crowned the winner? Is Japan going to reign supreme? Probably, but we'll see what happens otherwise.
Maybe.
Some dirty Naruto play out there. So that brings us to the randoms of the FGC, where we're going to talk about what's going on around the water cooler that is the FGC. And the first thing that came up, once again, San Diego is being just considering, there was just like a lot of time out there.
Do they normally do this? Because I don't recall like them doing this much.
At Comic-Cons, I remember things like, I was in New York Comic-Con once, and that's when they unveiled like Virgil and Phoenix Wright build out there. And I was at a Marvel panel back then, and it was like, wow, I didn't know they actually promoted it like that hardcore at those events. So turns out they do. So San Diego Comic-Con is not the only one, but rejoice, KI Instincts, Killer Instinct fans. There is potentially some news coming up.
Well,
I didn't get to watch the show on the 24th.
So keep in mind, I'm going to kind
I
of
just
give you guys
realized
some
that show was
updates.
yesterday. I didn't check it out. I just realized
there's
that
some really cool stuff going on with the whole Mixer Studio stuff because what's happening is
because Microsoft owns it,
exactly.
and Microsoft owns KI.
But they've been doing a lot in New York and other locations. In New York, as you guys know, they've been doing Dragon Ball Z a lot, and then they started doing Fortnite. KI was one of their newest additions. I know Bass, correct me if I'm wrong, could be Bass, but I know it's Bass, like Mega Man. He actually came back out and just won the latest one. So we might be seeing kind of like the same route Injustice went, with maybe having a Pro Series. We might see a KI Pro Series on the Mixer through Microsoft.
That'd be cool.
So,
KI needs a little bit of love. KI needs a little bit of love. A little bit. All right, KI needs straight up resuscitation. All right.
Revamp the whole game.
A KI 2 would be amazing.
Just do it. At this point,
Or
just do it. And
KI 4, because KI 2 was a thing.
KI new cast.
New cast would be kind of dope.
Returning some characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the mix. I didn't realize it was on the 24th. I thought it was on the 26th. That's why I brought it up. So it was yesterday. I didn't see it, but I'm gonna have to look at my feed to just double check. But if you haven't a chance to check it out as well, just like me, go check it out on Mixer. They have it right there. Killer Instinct on Twitter. Go check out their post to see what has gone live. And with that, yes, all your meter. Sorry, our FGC is in full effect right around us, guys. If you haven't, if you couldn't tell, we do this podcast live with the homies that like to press buttons and apparently eat a lot of ramen because I'm seeing ramen cups
this is the
out
third
the
ramen cup
wazoo.
I've seen over there.
They are just
Crazy.
enjoying that. Oh, okay. So this was pretty random, but pretty awesome. Apparently, Ryu Shocker is a Power Rangers. We have covered this game before. Power Rangers Legacy. It's a mobile app that's just like cross with Street Fighter. I mean, there's not much more to be said about that. We've covered it, but now it's gotten to the point where Ryu is a ranger. He looks pretty dope. Everything is just powered up.
Honestly, I like
for Zordon. Sorry, Zordon.
I like how the Phoenix came out too.
For Shin Zordon.
I actually would be convinced to play this game at this point. And I know it's not probably something I'm going to play, and I'd spend too much time. But that looks really fun.
Shout outs to Legacy Wars, yeah. On top of this, there was a live action film teaser of Ryu, Chun-Li, Tommy, Tommy from the Power Rangers, and I forget the Pink Ranger that was there, but it was a preview to like him fighting Bison, them getting more furs, and then going into it. We didn't get to see the entire video. It's not released yet. I think it's pretty sure it's just a fan film, but it's a really good fan film, so you should definitely go check it out. But Power Rangers Legacy Wars.
Does Rita just come out of
No, I didn't see Rita.
Make Bison grow.
Make a Bison grow.
He turns out to be Mecha Bison or something.
Maybe.
That'd be silly, though.
Yeah, that was showed off at San Diego Comic-Con. It's pretty dope. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Power Rangers Legacy or Power Rangers Legacy Wars, go check it out now. This is just a little bit of a thing I wanted to poke fun at. Everyone seems to have some fun with, you know how it is, man. You play a game, and then someone's like, yo, you should play my game. I'll be like, nah, bro. I like to stick to 2 dimensions. I don't like 3 dimensions.
Everything here is
or
so
this,
accurate.
that, and the other. This stuff is pretty accurate. So, going through the postings on the subreddits such as our Capo came across the ultimate option select for each game. Basically, it's just a set of excuses on why certain people might not pick up a certain game. And it goes through the whole list. Some of the memorable ones, like, let me see.
You got to do Marvel.
Marvel? Okay, Marvel's pretty bad. Marvel is, the quotes go as follows. Actually a dead game. Marvel without X-Men, lol. Reality Stone. Morgan looks like a raptor. I don't remember hearing that.
I don't remember that. I know they just said she did not look good.
Functions. That's a pretty iconic quote right there. And Shills ended up killing it. Some of those just like dig kind of deep, man. That was like savage.
The Functions part hurt most because that's in like every game though.
Yeah. So then Guilty Gear was another one. No Testament. No investment.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I've been asking.
$20 for a balance patch, i.e. they were talking about Rev 2. And I'll wait for a GG XRD Rev 2 plus R core to come out. Which could be a thing. It could be legit. Like I can't actually get mad at that. And then this was just shout outs to Initial J, Under Night, so Eunice.
It's so true.
I don't want to use Discord to find matches. Character designs are too anime for me. Character designs aren't anime enough for me. I don't know who said that one.
It's so.
Yuzu's combos are too hard. People only pretend to play this game. If I can't pronounce the title, I'm not playing it. Some of those are kind of valid. I kind of I kind of laugh a little bit. And we're not gonna go through every single one. I want you guys to definitely check it out. But just note that the Sailor Moon game is literally perfect. We had it here at Last Go for Broke, and it was stupid fun. Shout outs to Tiso. Go to the lab. Go check it out. He always has it out.
I actually might just go buy my own copy.
You should. They even had like too many games. It was a tournament for that, and there was actual infinites and all. I was kind of blown away.
That's not cool.
Yeah. So option select on games. You can go check those out on the RCAP subreddits.
You're gonna move the micros to the.
Which one am I doing? What happened?
Oh no, never mind.
I
was looking ahead.
I haven't skipped anything. Come on, man.
My brain is moving 10 times.
You're ghosting, like Knuckle do. He got picked up by Ghost.
Okay, we didn't see this coming because what the hell does Ghost do?
I don't know. I mean, they had K-Brad. They dropped them after 3 months or 2 months, and now they pick up Do.
Okay. So what's weird is that happened, but in between that, they picked up. So because I keep in touch with everything. Gears of War.
Everything.
Gears of War picked up a Ghost team. Ghost picked up a team for Gears of War right before their trip to, I believe it was, I want to say it was Atlanta, but I could be wrong. Ohio, maybe. Accuracy is a little off. Either way, it was a really big event, and that was really important for Ghost to pick something up outside of the fighting game first. So I think this is their best choice, but it's very weird that they picked up Knuckle Dude because I just didn't see them doing anything with K-Brad.
It's okay. It's when it comes to sponsorships, you got to meet me halfway deal. Yeah. They can only give so much to the player, but the player needs to kind of want to go out and do things. You know, a player that takes a sponsorship kind of does okay. Like, you know, not to knock on K-Brad, he is a good player. Yeah. It's pretty much established that he is a good player. You know, if a player that can do more than that can, I don't know, submit content, create content, maybe advertise more or do more FaceTiming for the company, that's kind of more valuable than just like a good player that just doesn't do anything else. Maybe win every once in a while. That winning is a good thing, but winning doesn't necessarily mean everything.
True, very true.
It doesn't mean everything. Do is just like, you know,
good guy, community guy.
He is definitely a community guy. You know, he has sent out many people to EVO or sending many people to EVO on his own dime. He supports the community in many ways. Many different players owe a lot to him. It's just he's an overall good guy. Had a dope ass entrance at CEO. That's also pretty cool, right?
So how did he do at Defender Nerf? Because I didn't get a chance to watch Street Fighter 5 for the
second.
That's bomb.
I want to say he was pretty high up there, actually. I want to say he was pretty high up there.
Because here's the thing. I didn't expect him to go to Ghost. We talked about this, too. I thought he would go to UIU. I thought he would go to, you know, maybe even Echo Fox randomly.
Yes.
Or, you know, maybe like – I've even said stuff like Optic Gaming, maybe TSM, C9, CLG, any of those other teams. I did not see Ghost picking him up because I think it was like Ghost was just
really – I was going to say Ghost was really under the radar. Like, it was like, oh, they picked up K-Brad, cool, and then they dropped K-Brad. Okay, excuse me, Dude won.
Yeah, I figured
it was one of those two. I was kind of like, he was like really. I was like, I want to say maybe second, but no. Okay, he did get he got first. He won it.
So I mean, his results are still showing.
Yes,
but
very
the
much.
Thing is, like, who do you pick up afterwards? Because Ghost obviously they're starting off strong. To pick up Knuckle Dude. There's a lot of other free agents. Why not just pick up someone like IDOM or, you know, something along those lines? People who are really, really affecting the community and you can build on. Because IDOM doesn't really have the strongest presence, like I would say media-wise, but they can build on that. That's always something you can build on. But he's doing really well in results. I'm just curious to see where that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just a solid pick overall. Like I said, he is a winner clearly. First thing he can do is actually win Defender North, so it's kind of a good look. I know I just said winning as everything, but it does help. It helps the brand regardless. So congrats to Do for making it and debuting at not only Defender North but also winning it. Good job on him for that.
He now looks like a first-person shooter player.
Kind of.
In that Ghost of it, he looks like a first-person
shooter player. The wallet was just taking too many hits. Shout outs to all those fighters, all those guys that are hitting buttons, and you are under the universal sponsor of self-sponsor.
Yes.
I quote that to the legendary Q. female player in Street Fighter 4 and just in fighting games in general. It's been a long time. I know she's been out the scene for a very long time, but I remember I asked her once, I was like, yo, who is your sponsor? She was like, I am self-sponsored. And I was like, respect. I was like, respect. Then I won a stick in a raffle, and she was pissed. Then I gave it to her as a gift. Shout out to you, Q, wherever you are.
While we're at it, talking about raffles for a second, Gabe right now is so you guys know, Static Gorilla. He is the #1 Big E raffle
winner. Yeah,
he wins
Gabe
stick
does
every
win
time.
every time. It's almost a little.
I haven't seen him not win anything, and even if he didn't, he'd be like, "All right, Gabe, here you go."
Yeah, exactly.
To cover up for the fact that he didn't win.
Exactly. That was actually a pretty good impression. I give you a solid 7. But Gabe still has the better E.
He has me cracking up before he even starts.
His E impression is just ridiculous. So on top of that, we got now, that's actually going to do our randoms of the FGC. We're going to go right into our plug and play segment where Mez has got a couple things to talk to you. I have something I want to talk to you guys about. So we're just going to jump right into it. So Kwamba, I posted this one up. So Kwamba has set up their, let me get the. Right.
Didn't they talk about these before, and then they kind of kept
we heard about it, but they actually then released the actual pictures for them. So Kalambo is doing a Tekken World Tour stick, limited edition one with specific styles on it. This is, I believe, what they call it, Crybaby Mishima. Yeah, Crybaby Mishima stick. As you can tell the nice little cute logo there.
Honest, I don't like those sticks. Like the first one, I don't
they're
like
very,
the
yeah, they're very, the shape is a little weird. Everyone has their intro. Then you get your premium. I think these are the dragons, right?
I guess
Obsidian. There we go. This is the Obsidian, and this is the. Oh no, the Obsidian is this one. This is the drone.
That's the drone.
This is the
so
drone.
They're still using that same yellow drone style.
Yeah.
But they're just re-editing it a little bit.
I like the Obsidian one. It's just a 2D wallpaper of all the Tekken 7 characters, or a bunch of them, or just from the series in general. Yeah.
See that's the most important right there.
What?
That headphone.
The headphone port?
Yeah, because
what's the big deal?
We don't have enough of those. We need
more
sticks like that.
But they usually come from headphone amps on the at tournaments. Usually a headphone amp, or you connect right to the monitor.
Not every tournament.
Not every tournament. You're right. Right. Not every tournament, but
those ones without the sound.
I'll be all right. So yeah, you can pick both of these up. The Obsidian, of course, going for $199, while the drone is an entry-level stick at the $80 mark. Got to start somewhere, man. I started on that $50 Street Fighter 4.
The all white
joint. That lunchbox. That stick was horrible. It got me far, but man.
I felt so.
Against the TE, I was like, this is garbo.
Looking back, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I got rid of that damn thing.
Yeah.
Because it's not even.
You know what's funny? I think I still have mine somewhere.
I sold mine I gave mine off to someone who needed to learn.
I'm. Either I still have it or I did the same thing. You just pawned it off on somebody. Yo, here, bro.
I feel like I've grown into a real man now that I've been playing on a bigger stick. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay. All right. So on top of that, you can't just have the sticks, but you got to have the buttons needed. Ooh, look at that transition. Right on time. So gamer fingers are nothing new. We've actually heard about these guys for a long time. I just don't really see. I've seen some sticks with it. They've got a really interesting button layout where it's not like an actual circular button. It's like honeycomb. It's got a bunch of different edges around it. This was specifically the HBFS 30 G3 crystal screw. Say that 3 times fast. The interesting about it is that these use micro switches, like Cherry MX switches. Those are the ones that you like those that you hear right there. Those are from the ones you see on normal keyboards. Like the keyboard I'm using here. From Cougar is actually Cherry Blues. I actually like these switches. These come with a specific Cherry MX micro switch silver. It's like a custom one that they used. Operational force 45 grams.
So this kind of reminds me of the whole Razer coming out with their own. But I mean, we've seen this on Hitbox.
This is not new. These buttons aren't new. I'm just putting in some light because I didn't know they existed. I was like, oh wow, these are microcontrols and they're switchable. So I have an order of these for my stick already.
Okay.
And you can actually even take out. Mine came with dampeners, so these are silent sticks. So these silent buttons. So these are kind of weird for people because they're gonna feel a little mushy. You don't get that satisfying tack, but I'm kind of okay with that.
I like the fact that they're screw-in because mine are screw-in.
Yeah.
The current ones I have aren't, but the ones I originally had, I love the screw-in.
Yeah, because you can just put them in, and make it real simple.
It's really good if you're trying to
instead of doing the whole trying to pinch and then push and then those become a pain. Yeah, but these are actually pretty cool. I like I said, I just like it because you can swap out the switch on the inside, which I plan on changing those silvers 2 of the Cherry MX Blues.
Don't they have a micro switch type color? I think.
They do. They do have different
styles?
different types, but these
Okay.
only come on their silvers.
Okay.
They do have other ones there that also come in different Cherry MXs, like reds, browns, blacks, maybe even greens. But yeah, these are the ones that I received because I wanted dampeners on them,
Okay.
so that way they're not as loud in case, you know, I'm pressing buttons hella late. I'm not waking anybody up. Don't want to wake nobody
So
up at night.
another
but
big thing before we switch off of this that I remember.
oh yeah,
talking
15%
about-
off. Yeah.
Not only that, which is good, guys. Trust me, that's an expensive button for $7 if you don't get it now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
My biggest thing is these are gonna break a lot. It's gonna take a lot longer to break these.
I think so, yeah, because these are, I think, micro switches are rated for like 10,000 or something like that clicks, something like that, maybe even more.
I mean, it's
I
just-
forget the actual, but if they're like legit cherries, like they last for a long time.
Yeah, because the other buttons that we have, the regular buttons that we have, they usually just pop out at the bottom with the
Yeah,
gauge,
the switch on it tends to kind of like give out. They're an older style, but they're tried and true. They've been refined, but I just like the concept of this.
It looks crisp too. That's
so
amazing.
yeah. Well, you guys are definitely gonna see these when I do my build vlog on my stick, which I have everything together now. If you actually follow me on Twitter, you'll see all the parts there. Speaking of sticks, so we got a subreddit here. You wanted to post up?
So I went through the subreddit. I actually did it on my phone. I suggest it too for you guys. But just going through the subreddit, I never really like to go through Reddit because I think it's like toxic and it's really annoying to go through.
Not all Reddits are toxic.
I know it's
Come on,
not,
bro.
but most of the ones I've appeared on, I'm like, eh. What's cool about this Reddit is they don't only sell fight sticks. So if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper or something more unique, you can find fight sticks here. But you can also find out about how to build fight sticks. You can also talk to people who have custom fight sticks strictly for where they may be located. So there's like one, I don't know if it's up there. It should be like a university stick where they were like, oh, this is where I'm from and I like to talk trash. So once I have my stick with me, it looks good. But what's really cool about this is you can also express what you're maybe missing or something you want to know more about. And we don't have forms like we used to.
Oh, this joint right here, this
Yeah.
university, repping the U.
So if you're missing
UCGC.
something, you
Okay.
know, I mean, say something's not working and you don't have that local guy around, guess what? You can go in here, you can try to fix it yourself, and they'll help you. And I think this is a really cool spot if you're looking for something a little different for Reddit.
Also, if you're trying to find something, like someone right here is trying to sell 2 freaking
Yeah.
dragons. Holy crap.
Yeah.
For, and maybe the obsidian too. We were just talking about these. 230 shipped for dragons. I wonder if that means both.
That's a lot cheaper.
If it's for both, though, that'd be kind of ridiculous.
I mean, maybe something's not, running properly at the moment.
Hey,
but-
no, but you can always just get
Exactly.
replacement parts and all that. Shout
But I
out
just kind of want to give, a little bit of leeway to this.
our fight sticks. I know I will definitely be checking them out
Yeah.
for sure. So on top of that, we got, what's this, Hori controller?
So this is something cool. You guys probably don't notice very often that when you're playing on your D-pad for the Switch, it's like these little 4 tactical things that are like annoying as hell.
Oh,
especially-
yeah, it's actual
Yeah.
4 different buttons, not like a full cross like this one.
Yeah, so this is the actual. I believe it's an actual. You just the actual controller itself.
Okay.
So you
yeah.
slide it in,
You actually
sync
slide.
it
Yeah,
up.
it's the
Yeah.
whole side right here. Yeah.
Slide it in, sync it up, and guess what? Now you have a normal D-pad to play like games that you actually maybe want to fighting games that you actually want to be a little bit more accurate with. Who play on D-pad. So now this gives you that ability to not have to worry about hooking up a pad to it or something crazy. This is simple, but there is something to note. You have to remove it when you go to charge your actual Switch controller, Switch or
Why?
whatnot. Because the thing is, they said after it's charged, say you take it off, you put it in sleep mode, this will actually drain the battery.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so this
kinda
is just
weird.
a heads up if you're getting into getting this this little Hori pad, or if you're actually or you already have it and you don't know. You're like, why is my Switch always dying? This is a good. So when you're on a flight, take this thing off, put your other one on, let it sleep, whatever. Put the other one back on. So that's just a little heads up if you guys are getting this Hori pad. But other than that, I think it's a really useful tool. I mean, I don't play D-pad anymore, but if there's some fun games I want to play.
Smash Ultimate's right around the corner. Who knows?
Yeah, we all know the D-pad's always used for taunting.
So, thank you, Menzo, for the plug and play segment. By the way, sir, always fun to get the deals or the scoops on some new tech for us to use for our weapons out here. You know, when you got to swing the sword just right, got to make sure it's correct. So that is going to move us on to our Folks Attack this week. And, of course, we're 1 week away from EVO. We're clearly going to talk about EVO.
Yeah.
So EVO 2018 is right around the corner. You know, we kind of alluded to it earlier in the show where we're talking about, you know, BB Tag is making its entrance now. Finally, is this game worthy of having that slot that has been promised to it since I went to EVO Japan, I think? Since then, it's like, yeah, it will be on main stage there. And people were like, why? We don't even know if this game's worth it. You know, that's coming up. Dragon Ball Fighters getting higher numbers than Street Fighter currently.
But still not.
Not by much.
Yeah.
Almost 100 entrants, which is still very strong for a first year. I mean, think about
Held the
it.
lead the whole
First
time.
year and leading on almost everything coming through. 2,575. Power of the IP. That doesn't count also last minute reg.
Yeah.
But I think there was even a chart to show the averages of how many people kind of show up for each game for the past couple of years. It isn't a whole lot, but it's still, I'm assuming fighters will bring more people in.
Absolutely.
Tekken 7 with 1538.
This
Then we
is a big
got,
one.
what, Smash Wii
Because
U?
Cross Tag was over Smash and Melee at one point, and then it just
It got.
you know they were like, I guess they must have teamed up and was like, guys, can't
I
let them beat
guarantee you,
us.
somebody made a 3 accounts just so they could do this. Be 3 above.
Yeah, they were just like, that's
Somebody
so
made
weird,
3
you know?
accounts and said, you know what, I'm going to register 3 times.
That's
Screw
so,
it.
that definitely had to.
Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
That's a damn
But,
shame.
yeah, so I mean, considering they are looking to get rid of Melee, I think they said. Melee will
yes.
be pushed out. There will be no three smashes for finals at EVO. They were never going to do that. They announced that very early on with Ultimate on the way.
I think they're gonna keep Melee. They're gonna
Move Wii U, right? All right. I heard Melee was the first thing that people were talking about when that announcement happened. Hungrybox obviously took to Twitter, and there was that whole discussion. But since then, you know, I think Wii U, I guess, will be the one to stay. I mean, Melee will be the one to stay. Well, you know, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, they said Smash Wii U was on its way out because of Ultimate.
Okay.
So that's the only reason why they're kind of looking at it that way. So maybe this might still keep Melee around. Maybe it may not. We don't know.
Cross Tag coming in with 1178, still very respectable for a first year. Extremely Anime is the only, I was going to say it's the only one, but right underneath it we have XRD Rev 2 with 629. I'm hearing talks about announcements for certain of these games. We'll talk about it in a second. Justice 2 trailing at 363. Like, it breaks my heart to see it. I think this is the lowest it's been
For EVO?
for EVO. There was another chart that showed the previous year where it's changed. Oh, look, extra day entrance. You know, they're showing
That makes
registrations
sense.
and all that for it. But let me see. I'm trying to see if I know someone had posted it up recently where they were showing the changes between the year. Like Street Fighter is lower than it was last year.
I remember that. We had that a long time ago.
Like I saw these numbers, I was very confused. I was like, wait, did it lower even more? It was really, they were comparing it to last year's numbers. It's lower. Everything except I think XRD went up. Injustice is down. BB Tag, of course, and Dragon Ball Fighters don't count because this is their first year. But I think Melee, I think, might be up. Oh, Tekken is definitely up.
Yeah.
Tekken's up. That's the other one. Tekken was up. It was up like another 100 people than like last year or something
I think
like
they're
that.
promoting
So,
and the way they're doing things is just pushing it higher and higher for Tekken. Like, I don't see Tekken
I mean, that's
going
still
away.
one hell of a deficit. Like, it's almost 1,000 people between Street Fighter and Tekken.
But here's the thing. Keep in mind, we're going to have, once Soul Calibur gets put into that mix, that Tekken number is going to stay the same roughly. and we're
Or
gonna see
lower.
A little lower. Maybe like 300, 400 people. I can see that happening. And then see Soul Calibur have around the same numbers.
Possible. But right now, this is our EVO lineup. And I mean, the numbers are good, man. Like, I like them.
That's a lot of people.
Power of the IP, man. I've been stating it since day one. Power of the motherfucking IP. Dragon Ball bringing in 2,500 people to the first World Championship. That is going to be
That's nice.
ridiculous.
It's
I'm
going
to
to
lose my
dwindle
mind
next
watching
year,
that.
But we got to see how it is compared to when they do Japan's.
Yeah,
Japan's
Japan
gonna
might be nutty,
that's gonna
too.
Be really big and important.
That's right. EVO Japan is happening in 2019, so we'll get ready for that. They also did release the Sunday order for the games in which they're going to be coming out. So Guilty Gear will be the first on Sunday. Melee will be the second. Tekken 7 will be third. Dragon Ball Fighters will be second to last, and then we're leaving Street Fighter.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with this. As much after going to see it live the first time, I understand why. You know, I mean, a lot of people.
Street Fighter.
Here's the thing. So people are gonna try to complain, say Melee. First things first, they'll say Dragon Ball should be last. Why? Because it's the biggest, hottest game. It has the most entrants. But Mr. Wizard said, look, never has entrants decided that, and that's true, because money decides it. So,
Because the Greens, huh?
Yeah. So
the Washingtons, the Benjamins just decide it all, huh?
Don't get me wrong. Look, Street Fighter, I don't really like the game that much, but one thing I can say is I always enjoy it on a big stage. It's very exciting. So Street Fighter is always going to take that position. It is it's the grandfather of one of our games. You know, it's one of our grandfather games, just like Guilty Gear. So I'm okay with Guilty Gear kicking it off because just like Blaze Blue, it did a really, really good job at the beginning. So I can see why Guilty Gear needs to be first and run first. But guess what? Not everybody's going to wake up for Guilty Gear to watch it in the stadium. Cool. But people are going to wake up and watch Melee. All the young kids, the people who've been in for a long time.
I just read out someone was like, oh, Wii U's not getting the proper hurrah on Sunday. Sad. And then like Wizard instantly reposted like, we put it on Prime TV and all last year. Like,
It did not.
And no one watched that in the arena. So it's like whatever.
Exactly. So it's like when you're trying to fill the arena, do you want people who are going to want to sit and watch it, or are you going to want to get people who are going to watch one thing and then leave? Some people who actually watched Melee said, well, you know what? Look, I watched this. I stayed for everything else. I paid for it, right? Mm-hmm. So my thing is this. Tekken 7, stay in the middle because we don't know how long your damn game's going to go.
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
So,
like, oh, my God.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were put second just because
that is going to last.
But Dragon Ball, I think, is fine where it's at. I think it's going to build up enough hype for Street Fighter 5 to the point where it's always done that. Maybe they lose 1,000 people, but we're talking about viewing people from Twitch and from live.
Yeah,
so
the viewership on Twitch is going to be the big thing to look at.
And the biggest thing is they forget Dragon Ball wasn't on TV. E-League was on TV. Street Fighter 5 was on TV. So people who are going to want to watch it are going to want to watch Street Fighter. So they're going to stick around, watch everything, and stay for Street Fighter. Now, people have said Smash should be second to last. I disagree. And here's why. The moment you put everybody in that arena for Smash, anybody who arrives for Street Fighter 5, you're going to see the crowd different. It's going to differentiate. Because when I went, we went in there. People who wanted Smash Smash 4 was not there. Melee came on. That goddamn stadium was filled with everybody. The seats were filled. As soon as Melee was over, guess what?
It was out.
We got front row seats because of that. They were like, here's Gabe. Yo, make sure you get here now. You get a front row seat. So, I mean, yes, I think this order makes sense. I have no problem with it. And plus, my biggest thing, guys, we get to see video games on TV.
Yeah.
We get to see
it's a win-win.
What we want on TV.
It's a win-win.
Other than just being in front of a computer.
Some people just want to see their games on TV.
Yeah, well, wake up at 12 in the afternoon and watch your damn game at 12 in the afternoon.
Okay, there you go. Tell it how it is. So in this time, let's we'll dive in and see what the expectations are. Well, we kind of are meeting some of them as you were talking. You know, with FighterZ. I think FighterZ is going to do a great job. The viewership is going to be a big thing on Twitch. It's going to be a number that everyone's going to keep under the microscope. Is it going to have 130,000, 150,000 people watching? I think Evo had 120, 130 for Street Fighter 1 year. I think that's the most. I might be wrong on that.
I thought last year was like around the twos. Wasn't last year around
twos? Ooh, I don't know about the twos. Maybe.
Then again, it might have been Melee again.
Yeah.
Because Melee gets up there.
Not that high up there. Not more than Street Fighter.
Really?
No, not more than Street Fighter. I think FighterZ is going to do great. It's just going to build it up. People are going to be hyped for it. I think it might be the most watched because like it's just the IP, man.
Yeah.
Like FighterZ is not just like a fighting game of Dragon Ball Z. It's just it's a fighting game of Dragon Ball Z, but the main keyword to take there is or two, Dragon Ball. Like that series speaks to way more people than Street Fighter. It just happens to be for a fighter right now. That's it. So more people will tune in, I think, for Twitch to see that than just for Street Fighter. I think it's gonna beat it out straight up.
People watching reaction videos than actually watching the show.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Uchi.
No, absolutely.
Well, I think you guys do watch the episode though, right?
We parts of it.
BB tag. That's the other kind of variable right now. BB Tag has been followed. Like it's hype. People are playing it. People are enjoying it. I don't know how America is gonna deal with it. Like NA, how overall the turnout will be to watch it. I mean, if enough Japanese players come out, I think we'll get better viewership. But
I don't know.
in terms of like where it's gonna be at, I really don't know. I just straight up don't know. I've been trying to keep up with it, but like even here, it's not like as consistent as I would think. Only because everyone's playing their own style, their own characters. That's fine. But like, I don't know. Am I expecting to see like a bunch of Gordos in top 8? I don't know. Hyde, maybe.
So things have been changing a lot with that game. I'll be honest with you.
Ruby's for sure top 8. Sorry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing that's weird is everybody I've been talking to that plays other games, whether it be Dragon Ball, Street Fighter, more anime games. The first thing they say to me is, "Man, I like my game, but BlazBlue Cross Tag makes so much more sense." Even the Dragon Ball players are saying, "This game is better." But we still play Dragon Ball because it has the bigger IP, obviously. But the thing is, I don't know where BlazBlue is going to go. Cross Tag, at least. I don't see an exit for them, but I don't see a starting point for them either because it's like they're just sitting there. They're in limbo, in my opinion. Compared to all these other games, we know XRD's had history. We know Melee has history. We know Street Fighter has history. And most of these are either coming to an end or just beginning. Cross Tag jumped in. It's like they jumped in the deep end of the pool and then swam to the middle, and they were just like,
chilling now.
Do I float or do I
continue forward or do I,
yeah, like it's one or the other. And the game is good, but it's just I feel like there's no IP behind it. There's nothing that pushes this game to say it belongs at EVO another time. Now, granted, if we get the views, cool. I think they're going to come from Japan. Most of them are probably going to come from Japan or those Eastern Standard places. Like those East Coast areas. I don't think we've really taken to the point where we enjoy watching it that much yet. It's crazy. A lot of shit's happening.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like Marvel without the Marvel characters a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like who's going to appeal to it right now. So give or take, let's see where Cross Tag goes within the next 2 years. That's how I can only
if it lasts those 2 years.
I mean, they got all these DLC characters coming out, and I still don't know if it's enough.
True that.
It's scary. It really is.
So now it's so trailers and rumors is another subject. I'm hearing, some people go as far as like, yo, if your game is on Sunday night, you're getting some sort of announcement. I'm like, bro, that's like 8 games or whatever, 9 games or whatever. I keep hearing Guilty. They're saying, Guilty is due. And
what would they receive? A new game?
A new game or a new revision? Maybe that plus our core shit is going to happen. Who knows? But I'm hearing Guilty. I do not expect anything from NetherRealms. I've been let down already. I don't.
That's what he wanted. So
maybe.
So like,
okay, but then you're giving me fake hope. Like, stop it. I don't want to think that way. I do not want to think that way.
I see where you're going with that.
But I don't really know. I'm expecting to see some gameplay from G for Street Fighter.
Yeah, I do see that.
It's kind of doing for him to show up, or maybe like. Maybe we'll see more than just G. Yeah, maybe we'll see Sagat as well being shown off. Possibly. We're already halfway through the list of DLC characters.
I feel like they gotta throw Sagat in there, just like as a little snippet. Like G's like they're doing this whole trailer, and then all you see is, and just like make it go away.
Yeah. Anything else in terms of announcements? I mean, fighters like
maybe. Well, keep in mind. Even though Melee is on the main stage, on the main stage they're also going to do a showcase for Smash Ultimate.
Yes.
So there might be some more announcement for that.
Soul Calibur for sure. I think
Soul Calibur obviously has got to get something.
It's going to show something.
I just don't. I mean, Dragon Ball. What else could they show? They've already done their trailer. I mean, they can announce a season 2 or. I don't know for Dragon Ball because everything's kind of already announced.
Yeah.
Tekken, what would Tekken announce though?
I don't know. Big thank you. Oh, Tekken X Street Fighter? That'd be nice. Just saying.
Or a new Tekken character that nobody.
No, just Tekken X Street Fighter. I don't care about a new Tekken. I don't need another Final Fantasy character. I'm all right. Just give me Tekken X Street Fighter. Give me some.
I mean, Tekken 7's been out for quite some time.
Give me some hope for that.
Hasn't Tekken 7 been out for like 3 years?
Yeah, at least. Oh, in Japan it's been out for. In Japan it's been like 3 or 4. Here it's like 1.5, 2, something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe 2, actually. I think maybe just straight up 2.
I guess we can expect very randomness.
Yeah. But those are our hopes, our dreams. But what do you guys think? I want to hear from you guys. Definitely going to give us, when we get to our section right now, where we're going to talk about our social medias and all that. We'll do our plug segments. We want to hear you guys. We want you guys to tweet out at us. What do you feel is going to happen at EVO 2018? We're taking all bets here. Who's going to announce what? Who's going to get disappointed? And who's going to win? Who's going to win? It's kind of really up in the air. I think there's going to be so many. There's going to be like one Cammy in Street Fighter. I don't think Sonic is going to win Injustice. He's too busy with Fighters, in which Sonic could win Fighters, but then Goichi is like ready to stop him, and a whole slew of other people.
I'll be honest. I don't even think those two are.
No.
I still think they're up there for the running.
Yeah. You think somebody's just gonna just take the throne real quick?
I think Finrich is up there. I think I actually gotta put a little bit of money on him, man. He's been kind of destroying like those players who people don't expect. Even though he's up there with them.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to have to put my hat in it. I just got to see my man Hook Gang God do it.
Hook Gang?
That man about to get his own TV show series. He got everything going for him.
What?
Yeah, he got his own TV show series called Hooked. He got his own TV show series called Hooked. And it's pretty dope.
Dope.
Pretty dope.
All right. Well, yeah, we want to hear from you guys. What do you think is going to win? Nee maybe is going to win Tekken 7. Who knows? I can't wait to see some Tekken. Tekken's is going to be ridiculous.
Tekken 7 is like this right now.
And if you're
gonna come back and play, if you're be there,
if you're in the tri-state area here hanging out, you can come out to Local Host Arena to definitely check out the Evo stream, because we will have it here. It will be a watch party. There will be games being played, and there will be hype going on. Feel free to come out. Remember, Philadelphia, PA. Anyway, that's just gonna lead us right into our mod highlights. Man, we got some stuff in the works. We have an update real quick of a favorite that we've had before.
I'm glad he did this.
Yeah, I'm glad he continued working on it. So Ultima 647 has been known to be put on this show before. He did the Vegeta Badman costume that ArcSys has yet to release and needs to release. But when he first dropped it, it had some issues when it came to the line art.
Yeah.
It kind of didn't show properly. He has since fixed it, and it just looks amazing. It is just proper now. He's got it all. Badman, look at that. Look at that boy is just crispy right now.
It looks like even the Batman is like printed on properly.
And it is for both Super Saiyan Vegeta and Vegeta Blue. So you can
soon,
yeah, we're gonna see it with normal. Maybe we'll see what's up with that. This is version 1.6. You can get this at fightermods.com. Meza, can they apply this on to consoles? Let's just get that out the way right now.
You totally cannot.
You can't. I'm sorry. This is for PC only, boys and girls.
Actually, you might be able to see it for the Switch when it comes out.
I don't remember putting this next one on. Did you put this on? Okay, there we go.
I did, because I think it's goddamn awesome.
Oh, and I get what you mean. Wow, really?
So HSRF.X came out with this really cool Smash 4 mod. Obviously, we know Smash is kind of coming to that slight end, but who knows? Ultimate might be kicking it in.
He's got the shoes.
This is dope. Because
he's got the bomb boots, bro. Oh, and Luigi got the rainbow belt.
If you've never seen the Mario movie, this is the Mario Brothers actual full. And yeah, you like this.
Shout outs to John Leguizamo for that, bro. You just gotta believe, Mario. Just believe.
Yo, he got it down.
No, it's just a hook, Mario. Don't jump. You remember that scene, right? Yo. Yeah. My man redid that.
Very clean. Very, very clean. I could not. I couldn't avoid it.
I thought I saw it was another mod I wanted to bring up, but it was last minute. I'll save it for the next one. I was like, yo, this mod, it's got this actually may be my most favorite mod on Smash. My man even got the Rolex going.
And you see he got the backwards hat, though?
He got the backwards hat. The fact that my man got the belt, the belt is what trips me out. Luigi got the rainbow belt. That is exactly what he had in the movie.
He got the grandpa hat. He had everything was done to AT, guys. I don't normally look. I like mods, okay? You can ask Trey. I like mods. But guess who does most of the mods? This guy. You know who didn't this time? This guy.
Yeah,
I actually got one in.
That guy got one in. That was props.
This is the dopest one I've seen out of
Where'd you even
all of our
come
mods.
across this one?
When did I even come across it?
Yeah,
Honestly,
where?
I was looking at all your mods, and then somebody was like, oh, yeah, it was something about banana mods. I was just, looking randomly.
Yeah, Game Banana, yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, this one. And I was like, Mario, what the hell? Because it was on Event Hubs. But I was like, oh, that's probably something that we normally see, some okay whatever Smash thing. And I looked at it and I was like, wait, that's way too detailed.
That's
and I was like,
ridiculous.
I do like the classic Mario Bros. Let me go find out.
90s Mario movie Mario.
This is the dopest Smash
shout
mod.
outs
It may
to
be one of the best ones.
HSFRX, bro. Godlike, just seal of approval.
Like,
That is sick.
Oh my God! Can I just like? I wish I can shake your hand through the.
And the
freaking
last
camera.
one goes to. Oh wait.
Oh, it's on the left side. It's on the left side.
Oh,
I
okay.
made sure I knew.
The last one goes to our boy Brutal Ace, who is no stranger to being on this show. We have showcased his work before. As a matter of fact, we kind of feel bad. I had an interview kind of lined up for him. I still need to get some questions out to my man. But he's been hard at work with a really dope mod of Chun-Li, or rather, of Chun-Li in Street Fighter V as Mai from the SNK series. This isn't officially released, but I did ask him, like, hey, man, mind if we just showcase this for you? We would normally just show you guys some actual video work for it, but it's not done. He hasn't released anything yet, but he gave us the go-ahead anyway. It looks godlike. Even the legs, he had to tweak up just a little bit just to get that right. Damn.
I did read some of his stuff.
I hate Andy. Andy, I hate you, bro.
Yeah.
I am jelly.
I will say this. I did read some of the comments that he was talking about. He even stated, he said, look, this is really hard because he's like, the shadowing, everything getting the same accuracy, because you can't depict how the size is going to be when you actually draw it, when you actually start implementing it. And he said this is probably one of more of his difficult ones to do.
Yeah, usually known for a lot of his Laura work as well. Yeah. He's a really big fan, obviously, of Laura. Has done many dope mods for her, but this one really takes the cake. This could just be a crossover costume that Capcom could have developed, like that should develop anyway. But his work is just like that level. Like this could be on the DLC store right now, and I'd believe it 100%.
You know what? I just thought about it. I don't think they can really develop stuff for SK anymore because they broke ties with them. Remember?
They did, but they could still make something
happen. Are we really still going down that route to have Capcom versus SK again?
Yeah, it should.
Please?
It should. Please.
CVS 3? We were just playing CVS 2 last night.
Yeah.
Come
I saw your sessions.
Yeah,
I
we were
watched.
having so much
I
fun.
saw the sessions. I peeked in for a second.
You guys want real
peeked in.
fighting games? Play some CVS 2. You're gonna find out how hard it is to actually hit a combo.
Yeah. That shit is godlike though.
I don't think combos.
S groove, A groove Sakura was my joint.
Oh.
Sure. All dance to your guard broke. Yeah. And with that, man, that's gonna do it for us, man. Another episode down.
I felt like it just got started.
Yeah,
I was having so much fun.
Yeah, well, all good things come to an end until the following week.
Yeah, right.
But with Evo happening, I think, let me see. So this one's Evo's happening that Friday. I will be leaving next Wednesday for Evo. So if the live show does not go up, the podcast should still be fine for Thursday. We're just gonna have to figure out the semantics as to like how we're gonna do it, because I'm gonna have to either most likely go over Skype and
your flight's early.
it should be. I think I might be, and plus the time zone will change on the other side. I'm gonna be 3-hour difference, so we'll figure that out. But you still should expect a show on next week's episode, right before Evo, literally just right before it, and then one right afterwards. Yeah, basically it's gonna be a pre-show. Maybe I'll get a guest if I can yank somebody to come over and have some talk.
Because I remember we used to do it on Mondays, so that's
Yeah.
why we used to always be able to plan it properly.
Yeah,
Even when I went. So.
Yep. All right, but thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out with us. If you were here live on Twitch, or if you're listening on the road right now on any of your podcast platforms, we appreciate you chilling with us for another episode of Double Tap. You can check out this show's Twitter at DoubleTapFGC. Feel free to follow. Tag us on anything you want to tag us. I know I got tagged in early. If you saw the Twitter feed on, I just happened to have a tape measure and some Popeyes, and then something ridiculous happened. I didn't even know I was actually going to get recorded, but I was like, all right, whatever, I'll let it rock.
It was clean, though.
It was clean. It was pretty clean. Shout out to Tokido.
What was the actual distance on that?
I don't remember. It was like 2 feet. I don't know.
It
was
like
delicious. It was maximum
for my
distance
arms.
for deliciousness. I was just like, yes. Chicken tendies, yes. So you can check me out at #VS, of course, on social media. And Meza, where can they find you?
You guys can obviously find me on @Meza on Twitter, but on YouTube, Daimyo Meza, and on Twitch, it's also Meza FGC.
Guys, make sure to follow us join our community for Mash Those Buttons on Discord, which is discord.me/Mash Those Buttons. Of course, follow us at MTB site for the main MTB site. And, of course, Nursery Gamers, these fools right here. Make sure to follow them on Twitter. It's at N3RDST just like how it is here on Twitch. If you like the show and enjoy any of our other shows that we do here live, make sure to follow us here to check out what else we have. We just had Mana Burn go live, which was our card game centric show, which turned out really cool. It was on just yesterday. They talked everything, really Hearthstone, Shadowverse, Gwent, all kinds of things, especially if you're new to that or are interested at all. That's definitely the way to go. And also for Mash Those Buttons, if you're interested in Overwatch at all. I was just on the Watchpoint Radio show live yesterday. That was fun. Got to talk some Sombra talk on the new changes, the PTR going live with Hammond, of course. You can check all that content on the Mash Those Buttons website, which is mashthosebuttons.com. The best way you guys can contact us is comments or questions right on any of those platforms that you guys usually are listening to, or on the MTV site itself. As soon as you submit those, we get a notification, or Jarrett yells at us. One or the other, we ended up answering regardless.
Yeah.
And, of course, Twitter. They have tweets going live on a scheduled basis on when we are going to go live. Feel free to like, tweet, tag anyone that you think might like it, whether your brother, uncle, cousin, friend,
Someone
homie
you
from the
don't know.
block, co-worker. You saw them press buttons and you're like, yo, you're trash. You need to listen to these guys. Feel free to pass it on and tag them on it. I don't know if necessarily you'll have their Twitter if you're just telling them they're trash, but you know.
Even if you guys do a random search for some random person's Twitter, NBC or something like that, you never know. Just throw it out there.
Of course. And the other thing is reviews and feedback. Of course, we are always looking forward to any feedback you guys can give us on any of the platforms that usually the podcasts are on. We always like to take those kind of in stride, because you know your feedback is a really important thing for us. What we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and what could we be doing better. We would always love to hear from you guys. When you get the chance, feel free to drop us, and we'll always give you a shout out, of course, here. Give you some,
Absolutely.
you know, we'll put it on blast. Not in a bad way, but we'll put you on blast, like, you know, hey, shout outs to so-and-so for the feedback, and we'll talk about it and discuss, you know, what the valid points are and all that. Make sure to stay tuned after the show to hear about our other shows here on the Mash Those Buttons site. And I'm Crash Tag, and that's it for tonight, guys. This is Meza, and we're out.